Well, this is my second part, and I will point out how do geographers do and what do geographers do and how they do that. Okay, now for some practicalities, what do geographers exactly actually do? Well, we collect data to begin with. You will be doing a lot of that on your first few trip, and how do we do this? Well, there are several means. Uh, we may conduct a census, for example, which means a count of population, in a specific area. We also need some images, which we can produce by means of computers, by means of computer generation technology, or with the help of satellite relays. We've come a long way from the exploration of the world by sailing ship, when they had only pens and papers at their disposal. After we gather information, we must analyze it. You know, mm, we try to look for some patterns, mostly and most commonly those are of causes and consequences. This kind of information helps us to predict and to resolve the information and resolve the problems that could affect in the world we live in. But we don't keep information confidential. you know uh, we need to publish our findings so that other people can assess it and can be informed by it. And one way this information can be published by in the form of maps. you know in all you've all been used you've all been you've all been used one at some stage of your life. So let's consider the benefits of maps from the geographer's view. Maps can be folded and can be easily put into a pocket, and can provide a store of great reference when they're collected. They can predict the geographical feature. They can predict the physical features of the entire planet, and when necessary, and a part of it if in much greater details. But one drawback of maps, is that, how to say, you can't exactly replicate something that is three-dimensional on a flat piece of paper, because paper have only two dimensions, and that means there is a certain detail, there's certain degree of distortion on a map, and it can be avoided. So physical photographers and now aerial photograph. Then next is for aerial photographers taken pictures taken by cameras on a high altitude above the earth. These are great for showing all kinds of geographical features features which cannot which cannot easily to be seen on from the ground. You can easily illustrate the areas of disease trees on a map, no, on trees, or how much traffic is on the road, or the deep seabeds, for example. And finally, we need to use the Landsats. These are satellites that around the circle around the Earth and transmit visual information to computers at receiving stations. These satellites circle the Earth from several times a day and can provide massive information. And you will be familiar with the information they give us about weather, for example. And that is my second topic. Hope you so guys to enjoy it.